Hello. Now, I do not have YouTube up. I'm doing StreamYard this time. So I don't know who all is here yet. I will have to pull up YouTube. Let's see. I don't know if you can see my screen or not. But let's check it out, shall we? Let me see if I can't pull it up. I don't know. Anywho. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about it. So if y'all can see, hey, howdy. Hello, Jan, my spirit woman. Hello, Off Kilter. How are you? All right, so I didn't pull up. I couldn't get YouTube pulled up fast enough. So don't. So everything that you guys are going to type is going to come in late. So I can't even see who my mods are. It doesn't show my mods necessarily. So, well, unmute me. Jeez, Amy. Okay, so I am using StreamYard this time because I thought that if somebody would like to come and join me today, I will share the link and you can come up and join me on screen. Hello, Deb. Yay! Okay, so. Oh, look at you, Jan. You're overachiever. Thank you. I love you. She has me on the laptop and the big screen. Okay. All right, so today is obviously I'm a hot mess day. That's what it is. My shirt's driving me crazy. I just changed quickly into something different because I'm not even, I agree with you, Off Kilter. The StreamYard is absolutely awesome, but yes, the lag between between YouTube and StreamYard chat. So, well, hello, Mr. David. How are you, honey bunny? I was just talking to him and a couple other people on Instagram DM. So, yes. Okay, so I think right now, David, I think you're my only moderator in here, so you're in charge. Just stomp out the trolls. Okay, if we have any, which I doubt we will. So today is Monday. Woohoo, Mandy Monday. It is June the 22nd. It is currently, we have a high of 76 and we are having storms off and on. So, but it is currently sunny. Woo! So it's probably going to get really humid. Then, let's see here. So, what is going on? Yes, turn on my location. What are you doing? My phone is driving me crazy. So let me mute this real quick, guys. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little bit disheveled today. All right. So this week we have had an interesting. This over the last week has been interesting to say the least. So most of you are on most of my social media, and so you've probably seen some of the happenings, the goings on. I did actually look at this. Be proud. I made a list of topics, baby. Hello, Lady B. How are you, honey? Okay, so there's my boo. All right. So this week we are supposed to have basically we're going to be in the high 70s to mid 80s and throughout the week. this next week. So hopefully that means I can get out into the garden and start cleaning stuff around the yard and the homestead and whatnot. So yes. Oh, Deb, tell the grandbaby happy birthday. Hello, Ashley. How are you? Yes, it is evening where you're at, isn't it, darling? Yes. So I'm hoping that this week now, the next weekend is supposed to be stormy again. Ugh. So last week on Tuesday, I did actually get to work on weeding the garden out a little bit. And I did find every single one of my tomatoes. I found every single plant. Woohoo! That's okay, boo. No biggie. So now the great thing was that I had Xavier was actually helping. My moon pie was helping me, and so was my husband. And so my hubby went through with the old-fashioned weed whacker. So I don't even know what it's called. It's almost a scythe, really. Anywho, he went through and he knocked down a whole bunch of the grass that has grown back up in the garden from where it was tilled. And then Moon Pie decided, hey, let's feed the chickens. So yes, we ended up doing that. And so he and Opa went and took some of the weeds from the garden over to the chickens, and the chickens obviously were like, yes. They loved it. We just kind of kept trying to clean around a little bit. I don't want that fast. We tried to clean around the house a little bit because we were expecting guests. So, and that was on Wednesday and Thursday. And then on Thursday, I actually ended up baking 3 loaves of bread. For whatever reason, I didn't go to sleep until well after 11:30. And then I was back up at like 2:45 in the morning. Why? I have no idea. So, okay. Oh, he's the one getting married in September. Awesome, Deb. Okay. Got your first outside tomato today, still green. Yay, Ashley. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, Tony, my gosh. Okay, so Tony he's being a big baby. So we have like monster bumblebees here this year. And anyway, he was out in the shop and a bumblebee got down inside of his boot. Well, the poor thing was trapped. I mean, what's he going to do? So he stung him. And so now that we know that Tony's not allergic to any type of, at least bumblebee sting, and gave him I gave him a bag of ice, and he's just making this big deal about it. He's probably going to die in the next 20 minutes, I'm sure. That is true, Amy. He is always a baby. But he's my baby, I guess. He is not a demon. That is not a demon creature. You be quiet. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Rachel. I didn't see you come in. Yay! Okay, so as you guys can see, I'm using StreamYard, so I have a very big delay because I don't have YouTube pulled up. I don't have the YouTube chat pulled up too. Okay. So anywho, yeah, right. He's lucky it wasn't a wasp or something of that nature. I agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, so on Thursday, I baked because I was up well before the butt crack of dawn, I baked 3 loaves of bread, and I boiled up the potatoes and the eggs to make potato salad and eggs for egg salad. And Anthony Ray, no war on bumblebees. Yes, Jan, I agree. He's being a wuss. Wham wham. At least he's making fun of it. Or we can make fun of him. And then we ended up on Thursday. I ended up being able to go. We did a little bit of grocery shopping and, to prepare, finish getting all the supplies we needed, because we were supposed to have visitors on Friday. And they were coming Friday and going to stay through until Saturday sometime. Well, Friday morning, our guest actually sent a text and canceled because, he was out putting up a deck and an awning and hurt his back. So, yes, I'm calling Eric out. He's a wuss. I don't blame him. He didn't want to drive 5-6 hours to come see us with a hurt back. So, I can't say I blame him. So now he's saying, well, maybe this Friday I can come over. And I'm like, okay, my house still is a mess, but whatever. Sure, come on over. If y'all can handle my messy house, you can come over. So, anyway, I'm in that group that I told you about last week, which is, hi, Victoria. How are you, honey? The Baskets and Buddies. And my daughter Victoria, and I went and delivered on Saturday. We delivered 2 baskets to 2 different gals and their littles. And anywho, I was fully dressed. I did not deliver topless, so there you go. Which is probably a good thing, because the first one I delivered to, one of their kids took the basket. So, but they got a loaf of bread and 2 dozen cookies, because on Friday I ended up baking 7.5 dozen of chocolate chip cookies. So, anywho, but it was fun. It was fun to deliver those baskets. It was nice to be able to, drop off a basket of happy for, a change, instead of bad news or something. So, bumblebees are pollinators, make good honey when you can find it. They're also so much fun to watch when they try to fly in a breeze. Yes, that is true. And most of the time, Deb, the bumblebees that I have here, usually they're here eating off of my my hostas. They love the nectar from my hostas, and and I have a lot of white clover in my yard, so they love it, and they are super gentle. I can typically pick them up and hold them in my hand. So, yeah, they're awesome. Absorbing veterinary liniment will fix that back right up. Exactly. I have Absorbing Junior. I love that stuff. Like, I still use that stuff, and everybody's like, what is this? Like, did your grandma make that? No, but it's been around. So, they're more dangerous than murder hornets. And whatever, Tony. Oh my God. Quit being a baby. They are not more dangerous than murder hornets. You're just being a big baby. So, also Saturday Saturday was the summer solstice. It was Letha. And it's important to me and my faith. It is also important to a lot of other. You'd be surprised at how many homesteaders are of the same background as I am. It's awesome, actually. Finding more and more people, a lot more like me, which is so nice. But so Deb, that you see in the chat, she sent me a link on Facebook Marketplace and said, hey, look, because I've been looking for a new one. Here is a link. Somebody is selling 2 huge cast iron cauldrons. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. This is so cool. And she managed to talk them down so low. I mean, you basically stole them, Deb. It's awesome. And so we're going to split the difference, and she's keeping one, and then she's going to be kind enough to bring me the other one. So I don't know if any of you know, but my Pop, I got my Pop Pops cauldron. It was a huge, huge cauldron. The fuzzy flying through, sorry. And well, I didn't dump water out of it this I guess this fall. I didn't store it upside down like, I probably should have. So anyway, water obviously pooled in it, and it froze, and it cracked my cauldron. And I mean, I was heartbroken. I was just heartbroken. And so Deb has been keeping an eye out for me, and she happened to find these on Facebook Marketplace, and so I'm super, super excited. And it sounds like she's coming over for the 4th of July. And she's bringing me my cauldron. Yes, I'm super excited about it. So I did get to watch. I watched the sunset through Stonehenge on Saturday, which is the summer solstice. And I cannot tell you, like, Stonehenge has been on my bucket list for so many years. And to be able to watch it live, oh my gosh, it was just absolutely, I don't know, it felt so good. It just felt so good. So, okay, so a welder could fix that cauldron because it's cast iron. So I don't know anything about it. I don't have a, obviously we don't have a welder. My brother is an experienced, my brother is a welder, and that's what he welds steel. So anywho, but he said that, you know what, I don't know that he could, whether or not he could, dang it. There we go. Oh, hi, Donnell. Sorry, honey. The cauldron is cast iron, so I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure if it can be repaired. I'm hoping it can be, but yeah, it's a huge cast iron pot. I don't have any pictures that I can show you right here. So, and obviously I'm not outside. So anywho, and yes, actually, Deb, it would be food safe. And the reason that it would be is that, well, I'd have to clean it, and I would have to season it and all of that fun stuff. But yes, it should be food safe. because I want to do a big chili cookout in the sucker. 100%. There's a special process for cast iron, but it can be done. It's easy. Oh, cool. Sorry, I have an itchy spot back here, you guys. The Forge shop in Perry could probably. There's also one in Jefferson. I'm sure he could probably do it, but he does more woodworking, I guess. And I don't. There is a weld. I mean, there is like an iron works place around here, not too terribly far from me. It's Olson Iron Works, and he does amazing job. He's also got he makes fire pits, and he has this one that he has made, and it looks like the tree of life. It looks like Yggdrasil, and I'm just like, oh, I want that thing so bad. I want it so bad. So, hi, Jess. How are you, honey? 40 pounds of hamburger. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. I hear you. I hear you with that. Things just never get done right. Love you back, girly. So anywho, that was kind of the plan. Then Saturday night, we were all sitting around. We were watching Birds of Prey. And my oldest daughter, Kennedy, she decided she was going to go home. So she did. And then she decided, I'm hungry and I want to go to McDonald's and grab something quick. So she drove to the next town or a couple towns over to McDonald's. And on her way back, mind you, this is around like 10-ish at night. She was coming out of Boone, and she hit a deer. And so her car is a hot mess right now. She is okay, which was the most important thing. And the officer that we had, the first thing she did after she got the car stopped was she calls her dad, just crying hysterically. Of course, she's scared. So you should have seen the circus that was going on in the house here. Because obviously, 10 o'clock at night, I'm wearing pajamas, So we decided, oh, we gotta go get her, we gotta go rescue her, blah blah blah. And it was I swear I was hearing run through my head, watching everybody and myself trying to get all of the things gathered that we needed to get out the door and into the car. Oh my gosh. We were having to grab the important stuff. The wallet, the keys, the hubby's inhaler, a bra. So yeah, that was it was an adventure, I swear. But she is okay, and the officer that we had was amazing. We actually called the police department on the way there to get her, because she was just hysterical, and there was no way that she was going to be able to. So I was on the phone with her on Tony's phone, and Victoria was in the front seat, and she's on the phone with the cops saying, my sister just wrecked her car, she hit a deer, blah blah blah. The officer got there and was able to help get her calmed down, and said he's like so impressed with her driving skills, because where the highway runs through, it's deer alley. I mean, it is deer alley, and it's like super deep embankments and valleys down below. Like, it's a drop off. So there's guardrails on for most of the highway through those two stretches. And so anyway, she actually avoided she slammed on her brakes, obviously, but she's like, she actually resisted the urge to yank the car and try to avoid, hitting the deer. And she didn't hit the guardrails or any of that. And the cop is like, I have seen so many people, they'll hit that guardrail and they're up and over it and they're down in that valley, and then it's trying to dig them and vehicles and parts and pieces out of this big ravine. So yeah. Amy, yes, Iowa does actually have hills. You know where it's at in Boone. Hi, Shelly. So he also was kind of giggling at her, and he was trying to make her feel better and whatnot. And he says, if it's any consolation, you're the first deer accident tonight. Terry Lynn is on Instagram messaging me like, oh, well, I'll be there, but you're still on Instagram. What are you doing? Get your butt here. I love you, Terry. You're so funny. Yeah, the deer whistles don't actually, they don't really work very well. Sometimes they will actually attract deer. I know it sounds silly, but it has happened. So yes, rather hit a deer than a buffalo or an elk. Yes, absolutely. Hi, MJ. How are you, honey? Yes, Kennedy is a pro driver. She really is a good driver. Yep. She's got a good head on her shoulders when it comes to driving. Like she is a pro. She really is. Hi, Missy. Tony. The one spot in central Iowa that actually has a hill. We have several. Stop it. Ooh, did you buy anything good at the grocery store? So then Sunday we just chilled all day long. I had a migraine. My sciatic nerve was driving me crazy. It was just not a good day. And it was Father's Day, and everybody, like my son and my youngest daughter had to work. And then of course Kennedy, my oldest, was at home and trying to nurse herself. She did not get hurt at all, but she's still really shook up. So javelina here running herds, that could be a bad day. Oh yeah, absolutely. Usually deer, where there's one deer, there's usually, 3 or 4 others. So there you go. Yep. Ooh, awesome, Missy. That is awesome. Yes. Clearance. Woo! So anywho, we just really didn't do much of anything yesterday. Tony and I laid on the chaise lounge and we watched. We finished the series of Fast and Loud, and then started watching Garage Rehab. So, and I just keep thinking to myself, gosh, we need to do that. Like, we need to do Garage Rehab. We need to get on that show, and but we don't do like custom hot rods or anything like that. So now Tony he'll paint on them, but I don't know. Yes, there are a lot of big hills in the northeast part of Iowa, and there are along both sides of the state, the rivers. There really are. That's why Council Bluffs is called Council Bluffs. It's where they held their council. So, hi Scott, how are you, honey? Terry, hi. I was just talking about you not too terribly long ago. My wife hit a deer last winter on 210 going from Madrid to Woodward, and it just, oh yeah, it does. It does. The deer actually, they're very, very unforgiving. So Council Bluffs has like one hill. Yes, I know it's a joke. I used to live there. I used to live there, and I honestly, like, I used to know a lot of those places to go chill out. So okay, so Kennedy is sending us a text message. Oh, I got it paid for, so don't worry about paying the dude when she gets home. It's coming home. Okay, well, here's the picture, guys. And that does not look bad at all. But look, her little eyeballs are poked out. Oh my goodness. So the deer obviously missed the bumper down there. So, and that's where the sensors are for the airbags, and it hit. So hood can be replaced. Right, Deb? Absolutely. Hi, Tin Can Gardener. How are you? In comparison, David, yes, in comparison to the Grand Canyon, Iowa is absolutely flat. We're flat, but Nebraska's worse, and Kansas, oh my gosh. Nebraska and Kansas, they were horrible to drive through. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, to live out there. I feel your pain. Amy, yes, it is kind of half the engine. But so we don't know if it was leaking. It did leak coolant. It dropped coolant, so we'll see. But she's coming home. So yay, another car in the yard. Oh well. And that's exactly right, Terry Lynn. Yes, it absolutely could have been worse. And yes, Tony, not as bad as being attacked by a bumblebee, really. Come on, man. I don't know. Hi, how are you? Fishes and Loves Life. It does kind of look like a swatted bug, doesn't it? No broken windshield. Awesome, yes. Airbags didn't go off. So yeah, absolutely could have been so much worse. So that is way cool. Sure, the radiator is smashed. Yeah, we don't know. Could be a hole in the radiator. Could be the support's broken. I don't honestly know. Tony's going to look at it when he gets home and see what to do. We only had liability. She only had liability on it because, it's an older car. So, oh, pardon me. So anywho, your Amazon list needs a new link in your ways to support area. Mine's expired. Really? Dag nabbit. Okay. Well, that just sucks. Well, I will have to do that. You've been working on your greenhouse. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. So Old Reading Farm had put up a week ago like their build for their greenhouse in like he tried to do like in how to build a greenhouse in 5 minutes. It was so cool, and I just absolutely love it. It turned out beautiful, and I'm like, this is what I wanted to do. So I have to show this to you, Tony, because that's exactly like that's why I've been collecting windows. Just saying. Yep, slug bug. Oh, speaking of Buggy, hi Bugaboo. Victoria, my daughter Victoria Sims, is up here. So that's my youngest daughter. Yes, her car did get punched in the nose. You're right. You're right, sis. Yes, this is actually my husband's easel. And the reason we got it is because he did a huge portrait for a Marine. I lettered it and he painted it. And we did not have a space for him to work on it yet because the canvas was 6 foot tall itself. So yes, this was like I think it cost, after the 40% off coupon at Hobby Lobby, I think we spent like 140 or 160 on it. So it's a well over $200, and it's wonderful. And so yeah, it's in here, so it's not sitting in the garage getting wet and mildewy and whatever. You're not here, Victoria, whatever. You don't exist. Okay, so there's your comic relief right there. Victoria, my daughter, Victoria Sims. Yeah, she's your comic relief, let me tell you. Oh, really? Yeah, David, actually, somebody else said they had deer insurance too, and I'm like, what? What is that? Really? Hi, Dee. How are you, honey? Yes, Victoria is hiding. Actually, Victoria is at work. My Victoria is at work. So she should probably be hiding. I suppose that means I'm going to have to behave myself, Bugaboo. It's like one you used in college. Yes. Yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool. So that is too funny. Oh. Now, Officious and Loves, yes. Actually, I know that Terry Lynn does have insurance. So Florida, she's in Florida, and I don't know, Florida seems really weird. So now you have to explain this, Terry Lynn, because all right, there we go. BMW insurance is $175 a month, and at my farm it's $73 with deer insurance. Well, so the weird thing also, though, is that don't you pay your licensing on for your tag, for your registration on your vehicles, your license plates? Don't you have to pay that every month or something like that? Like, holy cow, it's just so weird. I don't know. Yep, she's still playing peekaboo with mom. I know you do, honey, and we're eventually gonna get you a new studio. So no, I did not just notice that Florida was weird, but Where in the country did you all go? Did not know we had deer. You didn't know you had deer? Yes, we have deer. Iowa is full of deer, and actually Iowa has some of the best whitetail deer hunting. Southern Iowa is really, really fantastic for it. So Miami has more people, so more chance of getting hit. True. Country, less people. You pay once a year sticker for your tag. Okay. What is it that you have to go every month then to pay that? She's forever having to go to the dang courthouse or the DMV to pay something. And I'm like, gosh. So, anywho. Peekaboo buggy, yes. Peekaboo buggy. Never had insurance at high, even when I had a 2011 Jetta brand new and an 83 Ram Charger. Had to carry full coverage and towing. I know, right? Well, and I know Miami is super, super populated. Obviously, it's one of the biggest cities in the country, but yeah. So I was actually Tony and I were actually talking yesterday about this, because when we were watching Garage Rehab, there was a lot of they were doing a lot of them in Key West, Florida. They did one in Key West, Florida, and they did a couple of other garages in Florida, and then there's like one in Galveston, Texas, or anyway, there's a couple of them. Well, hi, Michelle. How are you? So anyway, just looking at the water in Key West I was just like, oh my gosh, it's mesmerizing because it's such a beautiful color. And Terry is always saying, you need to come down here. Tony would make a killing, airbrushing down here, airbrushing cars and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but I don't know, because it's a huge gamble, But I told her, I'm like, I would love to be a snowbird. Maybe I'll be a snowbird down there. So people need to go home and get out of your city. No, you need to get your butt up to your farm, Missy. That was for organics. We pay about $90 a month, but we also do not have. It's not a Beamer. I had to educate Terry Lynn on this too. It's not a Beamer. I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's not a Puma. It's not a Beamer. Okay, so I will straighten this up for everybody. A BMW vehicle, automobile, is a Bimmer. A BMW motorcycle is a Beamer. Why everybody messes that up, I don't know. But that's what it is, okay? Just FYI. So, you've learned something new today. There is a difference between a Bimmer and a Beamer. Oh, yeah. I suppose your Palm Beach County has all the 80. Yeah. Left the lake and took your little one swimming. Oh, yeah. So Chrissy was saying that it's been really hot and humid there in New York. So Phoenix is the 5th largest and coming up on 4 or 5. Phoenix is absolutely insane. I will not live in Phoenix ever. I don't even. Oh, that was absolutely too nuts for me. So, hi Darcy, how are you, honey? No, Mercedes is not a Merc. Shut up, Tony. Both terms are not correct, Amy. And no, they're not dumb. And the reason that I know that both terms are not correct for intermingling is because I know BMW history. Don't be a snowbird, just be a tourist. I know most people do not understand that there is a difference between a Bimmer and a Beamer. They really don't. But I'm now educating. Okay. I don't know why it drives me crazy. It just does. You don't like snowbirds? They bring their bad driving habits and can't keep up. It's not just snowbirds, I promise, because I get down there. I mean, we were down there in February, and those people drive like just crazy people. They're just crazy. And you wonder where Victoria. I know, right? Wrong crowd. Maybe I should not have overshared about my past career. No. Oh my gosh, you are too funny, Jan. I love you. So I also have a Mercedes. It's nothing glamorous, people. So just FYI. I have a 1975 Mercedes-Benz diesel 240D. And for whatever reason, the English, at least a couple of them, call them a Merc. It's not a Merc. It's not a Merc in America, okay? So stop it, Tony. A Merc is a Mercury, an old Mercury. Hello. Amy. Yeah, I think there are bad drivers absolutely everywhere. I mean, absolutely everywhere. And I swear they all come out in bad weather. Every single one of them. They come out in the worst weather and they drive like total morons. So snowbird season is not the time to be here in Florida. Okay, good to know. Victoria. I'm not talking smack. I just know what I know, dang it. If you can't drive 90, stay out of Arizona. Yes. And I will drive 90, not a problem. Oh, Amy, you got an Instant Pot? Ugh. Grr, I want one so bad. I really, really want an Instant Pot. So have fun. Jeremy Clarkson has forgotten more cars than you. He cannot be disputed. Yes, he can be, and I will dispute him, and you know I will. 83 Mercedes 300D. My brother has it now. I know, they're sweet. They're just a cruising car. They're not, they're just meant to glide down the road and just putz around. Love it. If you live in Oregon, you need to drive pretty fast going up the coast, because if you don't, you're going to get run over by the log trucks. Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. You have to get a map, learn geography in Florida. That's too funny. So Amy, which Instant Pot did you get? Because the one I want, I think it's the 8 quart. Yeah, I really wanted that one, but I found a 10 quart one. Oh my gosh. I found a 10 quart one and I want it really, really bad, but it's like $324. No, maybe not quite that much. I don't know, around this, like, they're well over $200. Might be around the $300 mark, but so that's not going to happen. I am by the Hard Rock. Yeah, yes. So Terry likes to, she'll get on Marco if she ever gets on Marco. Okay, I love Marco. I'm sorry. I love being able to converse and see the people that I'm talking to. I don't know. I like it way better than Instagram DM or Facebook Messenger. So just FYI. And yes, Marco eats batteries. I'm so sorry. But I personally really, really like Marco. And the reason I do is because I can see who I'm talking to. And Terry Lynn she'll show me as she's driving by the Hard Rock, the lit up guitar. I mean, it's so cool. And I love to be able to see that. So I love being able to see all those things, which is why I like Marco so much, because people can show me their surroundings and I can kind of live vicariously through them. So you got the Duo 6 quart. Yes. Yes. Missy, yes. They are great on fuel. They really are great on fuel. Palm Beach County, an hour plus above you with less fluctuations in blood pressure. My eyes go bloodshot driving in Miami. Well, here's the problem with Miami. It's full of crap in the air, I'm sure is probably why but yeah, the pressures are really crazy. And yeah, your blood pressure is probably, I don't know how anybody doesn't go insane in Miami. That is too many people. No way. I'm sitting on my couch living room view of the steep hill in front of my house. I bring out popcorn during snowstorms. Yeah. I know, right? It's so great to watch people. It's like, really? Do you have to? I mean, okay, fine. Just entertain me. Entertain me, monkey. My wife wants an Instant Pot. I just want to get the right one for her. Yes. How big is your family? And then that really would be, that's going to determine what size Instant Pot you buy, frankly. Everyone seems to really either, I don't know, there seems to be kind of it's either you really love them or you really are like, no, forget it. They suck. I don't want it. I don't use it. So I'm selling it. Check Facebook Marketplace. I can never find the size that I want, but I can usually find the 6 quarts for sometimes as low as like $50. So, and they've been used like once, twice, 3 times, something like that. So Facebook Marketplace has been great for that. So I used to drive a Dodge Journey 2013. It sits in my driveway right now. Hubby is still our link to the outside world. Yeah. Keystone Heights, and it's about as far as I know. Phoenix is way too many more people and growing. Yep. Right, Deb? They're just, yeah. So there's 6 of you. I would say, yeah, you probably need the 8 quart because you probably have to fix large meals, obviously, because there's 6 of you. So, and that's why I want to do it too, is because we usually, when I cook, I don't know how to cook for like just a couple of people. Because I've always cooked for a crowd of people. So for me to have to try to transition to that, only cooking for a couple of people, has been really hard. So I tend to not cook a lot now, and I want to get back into it because I do like to cook. I just I cook for an army when I cook. I mean, I just I guess it's because it's what I'm used to. And I could just freeze that or whatever, but I get lazy and I don't want to put stuff away and freeze it. So you want to throw your shoe at people? That is true. I question how people even receive their driver's license to begin with. Frequently. A cousin and her family in Phoenix. Oh, I'm so sorry, Deb or Jam, because that place is nuts. 6 quart for $50 on Marketplace. Use it all the time. Yeah. Because it doesn't heat everything up when it's hot in the house. Susan cooks for Cox's Army. Yeah, I know. So now that we have more people here, again, but when it was but even still, because everybody's gone so much, Connor's always working, Victoria's always working, and yeah, so it is the drivers. They don't care if they kill you in Miami, including the 18-wheelers. Still, it was fun when I was 20, dating a guy with a boat down there. Broke up with him after he decided to stay. Yeah, but that's the part of the reason why I want to go to Florida, is because I want to go see and visit Terry, obviously, and they have a boat. So she's like, you need to come down and we'll go deep sea fishing. Yes, please. I won't eat it, but yes, please. I cook like before and have yummy leftovers for the week and freezer stock. Right. I know, but I get lazy and I tend to not do that. So Absolutely, Scott. You are absolutely welcome. Cracker Jack box driver's license. Yeah, pretty much. I want to move out of state. I'm thinking Missouri, Kentucky, Wyoming, or maybe Montana. I don't want to ever be in coastal state again. After having my CDL, I think everyone sucks at driving. That is true. And but I have noticed though that a lot of the newer, we'll just say, semi drivers they tend to be just as bad as far as all the other drivers anymore. It's getting really bad out there. People just, I think my big thing with just traffic in general and people driving in general is that nobody cares about anybody else on the road. And that's really sad. So they don't pay attention and, all that stuff. So it's just really bad. They have such a blatant disregard for other people's lives. So, because everybody just, they got to get where they need to go and they don't care how they get there. They need to get there in one piece. They got to get there on time, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. Yes, absolutely. I can can up the leftovers. Again, I got to not be lazy. But I also don't have a pressure. I don't have a pressure canner. So if it's meats, I can't really can it. You don't want to water bath can meats. That's something you really do need to have. You do need to pressure cook. I need a pressure canner for. So I don't have one of those. I don't have an Instant Pot, or a power pressure cooker would work too. We have a boat. We will not go deep sea fishing. I prefer taking the jet ski out. Why, Amy? Get out. Well, we don't have to go deep sea fishing. We don't have to go deep sea fishing. I would like to go out on the boat. I've never been out on any ocean in a boat, and I just want to do it. I sent you a Marco pic of my instant pressure cooker. It cans too. I know. See, but it doesn't. I don't know. I can show them. Okay. Well, now. Oh, that's good. Good for you. Thanks for calling, whoever you were. All right. Okay, hold on. Oh, well, I can't really, but that Terry Lynn, this is actually the one. If I put it on. Oh, wait. I know how I can do this. More options. Nope, I don't want that. I'm going to save it. What? You will not allow polos to be saved or forwarded. So you guys are going to have to deal with the whole, play button and whatnot. But that's the power pressure cooker. I actually would like one of those too. I would take that over an Instant Pot. They are a little bit cheaper, but so there you go. And they do have the big 10-quart one, and you can get that one for it's a little cheaper than the Instant Pot. So new generation of big rig drivers have no clue when it comes to driving courtesy. Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree. My biggest thing is it annoys me with new drivers is they like to run a Jake brake when they don't need it, or crawling up. Yep, yeah. So we're having to deal with that here through town, and I have one person in town who is just beside himself because they're using Jake brakes to go through town and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, so deal with them using a Jake brake to go to get to the 45-mile-per-hour speed limit through town, or let them fly through town at 70-75 mile an hour when they and then as you're pulling out, you're going to get nailed. So I don't know, because here's the problem with us putting up the engine brake ordinance signs. First of all, we have to pass the ordinance, which would be fine. I don't have a problem with it. We can put up the signs. I don't have a problem with it. We have nobody to enforce it. And the guy is like, oh no, you know, the cops are the sheriff's department, they sit up there all the time and blah blah blah. No, they don't. No, they don't. So that is why I haven't done it. I used to love to see the deep blue, seeing such beautiful things out in the deep blue sea or deep sea. I don't like physically going in the water though. Love fishing, but my sea legs are probably gone. So is my bikini. Yeah, mine too. Ooh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome, Terry Lynn. I would love it. Put a link what? Yeah, you can put a link if you want for the pressure cooker, the power pressure cooker. How much is it? Is it on Amazon? Because I don't think I put, I don't think I have it on my list. And now I'm going to have to update my, oh, wait a minute. My, the link for my wish list, Amy, are you saying that, are you saying that my link for my Amazon wish list is needing a new link? Okay, a Jake brake. Oh, it's 150 right now on Amazon. Oh, how nice. Nice, nice, nice. 5 in 2010. Oh, wait, hold on here. I gotta scroll back up. Sorry, guys. I spent 10 months on what? LHA 5 in 2010. I have seen lots of deep blue. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, David, but a Jake brake is an engine brake, is what that is for usually 18-wheelers. When my wife first came to Oregon before we got married, I took her to the coast and we had the best time exploring the tide pools and the beaches. Oh yeah, how cool. Yes, yes, Victoria. You're right. They'll sit in town, but they don't do anything. I think they just sit here to get their break in sometimes. But I digress. I do not dislike and I don't want to disrespect our law enforcement because they are an absolute necessity, especially here recently. So I'm a flatlander, sadly, don't know that Jake brake terminology. Yeah, so yeah, Jake brake is just, like I said, it's just an engine brake. It's so what they do is instead of like downshifting, they use the Jake brake to slow the engine down and slow their speed. I have one on my list. Okay. So are you saying that like yes, link for your wish listings. Okay. All right, I will do that. Wish list is a problem. Okay, I will repost it. Power pressure cooker on your list. Yes. All right. Let me see. I don't know if I can I'll have to look. I don't really know. But anyway, get my lists. There's my lists. So I need to send list to others. So this is what I don't like about the whole sharing my Amazon wish list is that, so you can do view only or view and edit, which you have to do. So I'm copying the link and I'm going to get on YouTube. And I need to get into I'll switch my account and, oh no, I don't want to do that. Never mind. So, anywho, okay. For whatever reason, if I pull it up here, it'll be a problem. So I'm just going to try and get it. Let me turn this down too now. Sheesh. There. Well, maybe. Why is this doing this? Okay, there you go. So anywho, all right. Why is my daughter crying? So Tony says he's optimistic about the car. She said her heart hurt really bad when she saw her. And she's crying. Aw. She loves her car. She really does. That was just, she just always wanted one. We finally were able to get her one, and there you go. So. Okay. Now, moving back. Exhaust brake most commonly over 20. There you go. Okay. Yeah, David would know. He knows way better than I do. I'm not a semi-driver. I thought it was an end. Yeah, it's an engine brake, but okay. So, anywho, do it later. Make a note. Well, it's done. They have settings on or off, and stages vary from 1 to 4 depending on the truck. That loud sound when they left. Yeah, I hate that, but oh well. She could use some point fishers. We were very careful. What do you mean? I'm sure it could at some point. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. That works. Just make sure you edit it in the section. Yes, I will do that. Next topic. Yes. Right. Moving on. So, so what does it look like to say me on the road? Is it like a sudden complete slowdown? I don't think it is, but it's just a whole lot of noise. So, is there anybody that would like to get up here on StreamYard with me? It is very obvious and it's very obnoxious, but so, okay. Okay, so I am sharing the link for StreamYard. If one of you wants to get up on StreamYard with me. Your phone is dead, so you can't. Oh, okay. That's fine. I know Chrissy would, but Chrissy is working. Yeah, it is so loud. It is, you're right. It is so terribly obnoxious and loud. So, anywho, I currently am, well, I was actually going to I was going to try and change some things up on the live and whatnot. And so I decided I was going to grab my drink, and so I brought in case I drank all of this, I actually brought in my Captain, and cherry Dr. Pepper is really good with Captain. So, hi, Cat. How are you, honey bunny? How is your shed build going? I saw the pictures on Instagram, and where Denny has got the kids' bedroom walls up, at least framed in anyway. So that is awesome. Well, I don't really have a whole lot more to talk about, honestly. I do I do want to say that I have a couple of things. I do have a couple of things. So there is, well, there seems to be an undertone, a really negative undertone lately. And on YouTube, and I just really want to encourage people to not be a jerk and don't take advantage of others. I mean, I don't understand why people are doing this. We have somebody, there's a couple of people in the community that have been not so ethical and moral, I guess you could say, and they seem to be taking advantage of people. And they're making things out, their situations, I guess, they're making them out to be far worse than they are. And unfortunately, because it's a giving community, they, they're willing to help and they're willing to give to people. And like, there's so many people now, it seems like, that are really taking advantage of that. And I'm very upset with that. I am very upset with that. So, I would say, I would just say to, and I don't think that, and nobody in here in this chat is doing that, and I am so thankful for that. But just remember to be kind to each other, but you gotta watch your back, because there are some very unscrupulous people out there. So, hoping you go back to driving next year. You miss being over the road. Just hates it. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, because you'll have to deliver in the cities. Yeah. Handles of Captain were only 13 at Costco, so you got 2. Are you bringing them with you, Amy? When are you coming to my house? I got, because I'm about half empty on this, and I've got like this much left of the Kraken. It's which is basically the same. It's almost the same as Captain, a little different, but I did get another bottle of Kraken because it was on sale. So it had a coupon on it for like $2 off if you bought the 750 milliliter bottle. So Tony's like, here you go. I'm like, yeah. Maybe you can drive a heavy duty wrecker. Yeah. Just happy to get seeds, honestly. Yeah, I know. Oh, David, you're so sweet. We've just had it. It just seems like I don't know. I'm not. I'm I'm not that way. I don't like liars, and I don't like thieves, and it really drives me absolutely crazy that something like this is going on. And so yeah, probably only on Sunday, July 19th. Okay, well, I thought, are you guys, Amy, I thought you guys were going to, okay, I thought the boys were going to go to Newton, to the racetrack. I don't know. So you need to call me. We need to figure this out before it gets too terribly. I don't know what's going on now. Are there a particular is there a particular seed that you're needing, or what have you? We have, I mean, the homesteading community is fantastic as far as we are, everybody seems to be really giving. And unfortunately, you just have some people taking very great advantage of that. And um, that's what sucks. Um, I mean, so Officious and Loves, is there, I mean, are you needing specific seeds? Something of that nature? Just shoot me a message and let me know, because, we may be able to, I'm sure one of us, between the vast amounts of people that I know on YouTube, um, I'm sure one of us probably has some, whatever you're looking for. So that's your free day to come to our house. Okay. All righty. My husband hates alcohol, so I only have some of my prepping alcohol. I would love to just keep hard cider in the house without him being uptight about it. My mom with dementia makes me want to drink. That is rough. That is super rough. As a nurse, having taken care of people with Alzheimer's and dementia, and working a lot of psych, doing a lot of psych nursing, it is dementia. Dementia is really hard on the family. It is really hard on the loved ones of the patient, and it's almost harder on them than it is on the patient. It really is, because the patient doesn't always understand or remember, and when they've progressed, when they've hit a certain stage in their Alzheimer's or dementia, they don't know anything different anyway. At least outwardly can express that. So it is very hard, very hard on the family to be the caregivers for an Alzheimer's and dementia patient. So I commend you, and I send you so much peace and energy, because that is not an easy job. It's really not. And yeah, I'm sure she does probably make you want to drink. Don't. So I guess, is there a reason why your husband hates alcohol, or is it just something that you guys, just something that he doesn't want to have in the house for whatever reason? I don't really know. I guess it's none of my business, really. My heart leaps over winning small prizes like that. My daddy at least knew he had it at a certain point. My mom is fighting the idea. She thinks she is fine. Yes. And they will fight that for a while. They will fight it. I mean, stop and think about this too. I mean, okay, so me personally, I have a brain injury. And so for me, sometimes word recall, especially when I'm getting ready to have a really bad migraine, word recall is very frustrating for me sometimes. And it makes me angry. And I'll walk into a room and say, okay, like I need to get ice. Okay. And I'll walk in there and I will look at the refrigerator, and I know what I went to the refrigerator for, and I can't get the word out. And it drives me absolutely insane. And it makes me feel like I'm crazy. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of bitterness and a lot of anger and a lot of fighting. The person just saying, no, because they don't want to have to accept it. Eventually, she's going to get to a point where she's going to understand that there's no fighting it anymore. So, it would be something that I would encourage if you can convince her, I would encourage you to encourage her to have the appropriate testing done and get the proper diagnosis so that the appropriate medications can be given, if so chosen. And it's just not something that's, it's not an easy topic. And I mean, imagine yourself losing a part of you, and you're like, you don't know what's going on, and you're angry, and you're in and out of it as far as like you understand it, but you got to fight it, and say, I'm not going crazy, I am not losing my mind. And so I totally understand it, and it is super, super hard. It is super hard on the family. After my brain surgery, it took me 9 months to be able to remember the word mustard. I could describe what it looked like, just couldn't get the word out. Yeah. Yep. I have that a lot with my brain injury, and it's getting worse, and it drives me crazy. So, son of an alcoholic, it's okay. I have fibro and true snake. Yep. I have fibro as well. So my brain acts like I have some form of dementia. It is. Yeah, it does. It really does. And then the problem with the fibro, you get the fibro fog, and at least I do. So that fogginess in your head is so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And then you have to deal with the pain from the fibro itself, the nerve pain that you get, and muscle pain, and just overall chronic fatigue, as you fight it every day. And so this is why, well, hi, back to Roots. How are you? Thank you. Good vibes. So it's really hard to fight through that. And I will tell you that is why that's a lot of the reason why I'm inconsistent with uploading stuff on my channel, videos on my channel, because I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy, and I'm lazy about it because I hurt and I don't want to go do anything. And I also, on my bad days, don't want to show that to people. And to add insult to injury, the brain injury that I have, just I'm down so many days with migraines, and it's really hard to keep up with content sometimes. And so that's why you'll see it's so inconsistent from me, where I will put something out. I could have a video out for days on end. And that's why when I was doing the 14-day vlog challenge, I hit day 8, and it was my live. And after that, I had a migraine for like the next 3.5 days. And sometimes the residual effects from the migraines will actually keep me down just as long. And so I didn't complete the 14-day vlog challenge, which really upset me. And so I'm going to attempt to do it, but we'll see. It really does stink that I can't keep up with stuff. So now that you're on lunch, you're doing great. What are you having for lunch? Oh, thank you, David. And that's the thing. It's really hard to. I do need to focus on myself, and I do need to focus on my health and all of that fun stuff. But, well, not fun stuff, but all of that stuff. But the problem is that that doesn't grow a channel, and that doesn't help me to meet my Vision 2020 goals, and and all of that stuff. And so it's just like it's frustrating to me, and it makes me feel it does get me down, and it gets me, so I do get depressed over it. I'm not even kidding you. I do get depressed over it. I do get angry about it. I do get upset with it. And it's more myself. Like, I don't understand. It just makes me mad because I can't understand why it has to happen to me and why all of these things have to happen to me. And that's when I get into my self-pity and get down into my depression more. And so it's a really hard battle, it really is, but it'll be okay. It'll be all right. It just push through the best you can. You do the best you can with what you have. So it takes so much energy mentally to edit. Yes, it does. It really does. I don't do those challenges because my son, it would bring on a migraine. The before and after. Yep, it is. I can feel it gearing up. And like yesterday, well, on Saturday, actually, I could feel it gearing up. And then yesterday we had a pressure shift. And so my head just started like hurting. My sciatica kicked in, and I was pretty miserable yesterday. So lunch break from writing for me too. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I want to do challenges, and I try. But I also, when people ask me to do them, I have to explain to them, okay, you have to understand I have chronic conditions. So if I don't get to it in a timely fashion, or I don't, I don't complete it, or, whatever, I apologize ahead of time, but I have chronic illness that I deal with. So, like, you know, just gotta, you'll have to deal with it. So, like, suddenly you got trapped in an alien body. Yep. I was just reading about enzymes possibly helping with fibro. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So the pressure shifts really affect me with my brain injury more than anything. What I do have real big issues with fibro is, so when it's cold, I absolutely despise the cold. And the reason I do is because it physically hurts for me to shiver. I hate being cold because it hurts. My joints hurt, and then I shiver on top of that, and I'm miserable. The opposite end of that spectrum is that in the summertime, I am almost as miserable because the humidity makes me hurt really, really bad. And so then on top of those, when I have pressure shifts, when storms are coming in, or even just rain, just nothing major, just a light rain, even sometimes, I will feel that pressure shift in my head, and it'll pop in my head, and it does not feel good. So, a lot of people don't understand that unless they suffer with it. They don't really understand it. Like, and they try. They really try. But, unless you suffer with all of these things, you're not going to fully understand. So, taking lion's mane mushroom for helping with mental health. I have, but I haven't really done any research on it. Back to roots, I have not. I will say that I am doing. So one of the things that I've started doing, and I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. So, I actually have one of my notebooks here, and what I'm doing is I'm actually researching every single herb that I use, or that I want to use and want to eat, or consume in whatever way, and what is going to help with what for essential oils, and all of that kind of stuff, because I do doTERRA, right? And so, like, I have lemon balm is what I'm currently doing research on right now. Lemon balm is actually Melissa. So it's Melissa officinalis is what it's called, and it's from the mint family. And what, and so I'm researching what its chemical properties are, dosages you might take, how to actually use it, not just for smelling good or things like that, but actual properties of, say, in essential oil form, or in in your food, ingesting it, that kind of stuff. So and I was really thinking, and I was actually talking to, I don't know if she's still in here, but I was actually talking to Deanna a little bit ago, well, this morning, about doing, because it's hard for me to film stuff. I seem to really like to do the lives better, because I feel like I can interact better with you. And so I thought, well, if I did one, I really wanted to do an alchemy series, and I really want to learn how to formulate my own perfumes and essential oils, and using essential oils and all of that stuff, and all that stuff and what it entails. And so I thought doing a live interactive feed, or chat with that, I would be educating, B, I'd be creating content, and C, I get to hang out with everybody. So it's just a matter of, who would be interested in that. So you just heard of it a few days ago. Okay. Yeah. So lion's mane mushroom. I don't, like I said, I don't know really anything about it. I have heard it for taking it to help combat depression, anxiety, and also it does have some properties to help slow the symptoms of Alzheimer's, dementia. So I honestly don't know. I seriously am going to have to do a lot of research on it. So, do you have Hashimoto's too? They do overlap. So my labs, all of them, including, and I've had every single, I've had the free T3, or free T4, the T3. I've had all thyroid labs run. They're all normal. But I am being told also that just because my labs are coming back normal just means that I may not be having a flare up enough. And yeah, I could very well have Hashimoto's, but me and going to the doctor is they say us nurses are the worst, and yeah, we are. David, absolutely. I really thought that I would do I would love to do an herbal education. That's why with the alchemy, because it would not just be about the products I would create with the essential. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. It would not just be about the products that I would create, like perfumes or what have you, but the reasons for them. And I really think that herbal and food education are just, they're core. They are so core to health. So absolutely, I would love to. I do a lot of research on herbs. Ear popping on pressure shifts, muscles start to tense up, and shoulders. Yep. Magnesium cream. I have not used it. I've heard of it, but I take a what they call Zima, and it's just a zinc magnesium supplement. And so I do take that on a regular basis. I haven't in a while, and I probably need, I used to take it religiously. But I do I do take that, and it does seem to help with. Also, potassium helps. It's eat something full of potassium is fantastic. Bananas obviously are really good source, but so is spinach, and so is kale. So it's another. Those are two really good, but lots of potassium, and walnuts help with like muscle cramping and stuff. So at least they have me. I cannot. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. Lemon balm is good, but not too effective on me. Yeah. Lemongrass is an anti-inflammatory, in with the mint. Yes. I can use up roller balls fast with those. Oh, yes. And I use a lot of peppermint. I use a lot of peppermint, a lot of lavender. And I do have doTERRA, and or I am a doTERRA advocate, but Chrissy from Along the River Homestead, she uses Young Living as well. And they're pretty comparable, frankly, I think. So all right. Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, good. Then I think most of you guys would be interested in something like that. So maybe I will start that all up. Okay. Anti-nuclear antibody was normal here, and I heard the same later on that day during flare-up. Is it? Yes. Yep. Berries, fantastic. I've been taking elderberry gummies every day, and instead of taking one twice a day or two at once, I'm taking 2 in the morning and 2 at night to help. And I honestly, I do feel better. So I hate cold. My body tenses up. Yep. Yeah. So that was another thing that, yeah, kale is a superfood. Absolutely an amazing superfood. Avocados for potassium, it's correct. Magnesium malate is great for us, but my gabapentin will drop in my bloodstream, and that is, yeah. So I am supposed to be on gabapentin, and it doesn't really do anything for me. It doesn't have the effect that it should anymore. And I was taking 2,700 milligrams of gabapentin a day. And I said, that's it, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It's not working. It's costly. And gabapentin is not good for your liver. I couldn't do it anymore. So I quit taking all of my meds, and I am literally, I think they're good for a short term. I think they're really good for short term. But I was on Cymbalta, Lyrica, and Neurontin, which is gabapentin. I was also on, I have pramipexole for restless leg syndrome, because it is notoriously horrible for me. But I also take, I'm also supposed to be taking, what was the other one? I don't even remember them, because I haven't taken them in almost a year. I agree with you. The elderberry gummies are addictive. They're not bad. And I mean, are you really going to overdose on elderberry? So, I don't, yeah, so I quit taking all of my meds, because they were, honestly, I felt that they were not effective anymore, and I couldn't afford them. Even with my, I mean, I'm on Medicare because I'm on disability. And when you're paying $50 a month, or $47 is what my copay was for all 4 of those every month, I $47 each. That's, I mean, when you live off of your disability payments, you can't afford those meds. You just can't. And the drug companies will help. Some of them will help, but they will only help for so long, and then they don't. They won't contribute any longer. And so, yeah. So what I ended up doing was I started to I just went back to suffering, you know, and I do suffer through a lot, but I feel like it's better for me than all of the medications that I can't afford to take. So I do take for my migraines and my vertigo issues, I do take an as needed medication. I take Valium, and I do take I have hydroxyzine, which is like Atarax, which is an anti-anxiety, because my anxiety flares up so bad because I don't feel good. And so I do take that on occasion. And then I also have promethazine, which is an antiemetic. So because I get super nauseated when I get a migraine, and I get super nauseated with anxiety too. So I never really ever thought I would end up in a place like that, but it is the reality of a lot of people. And you end up in this vicious cycle of medications and that you can't afford, that really are no good for you. So yeah. I was the same way on gabapentin. My liver was dying from my drinking, along with my 3,000 milligrams ibuprofen. Oh yes, yes. Please, 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 people. Ibuprofen is an amazing, amazing NSAID. It is fantastic, but it is not something that you are supposed to be using on the long term for a chronic condition. That is not a good regimen. Okay. Ibuprofen is terribly hard on the liver. And when you start popping it like candy, because you hurt, that builds up, and it kills those liver enzymes. And it's a fantastic, fantastic short-term use NSAID. It is. Tylenol, same way. They're great for fever reduction. Fever reduction, pain reliever, both of those things. They're fantastic, but there is a reason why it is recommended. Do not go over 3,200 milligrams of ibuprofen per day and 3,000 milligrams of acetaminophen per day, because they are very hard on your kidneys and your liver. And that is the last thing you're going to want is renal or liver failure. Okay. That's the last thing you want. So it needs to be addressed that if you're taking those medications, those over-the-counter medications, for a long-term chronic condition, you need to find something else. You need to go to the doctor. You need to have a discussion with your doctor. You need to find alternative, safer medications for long-term use. Those were not meant for long-term use, just not. Lyrica is toxic, and that's part of the reason why I quit taking it. But it was fantastic to use to get me kind of through the hump and get me leveled off. Lyrica and Cymbalta, both. They really are great drugs. But again, I personally would not recommend them for long-term use. So I don't use any of 3 and suffer now, but my liver is exactly right. So we'll have to have a discussion, David, because I'm wondering what you are using all of those things for. So drinking, okay, I drink. I'm not gonna, but I'm not I have a drink. Lately it's been weird, but lately, like over the last month or so, I've really been like, I really want to have a Captain and Coke every day. But I go through these spurts where I'm like, yep, I want to have a drink. I'm going to have a drink right now. I'm going to have a drink every day for the next, whatever. And then I won't probably touch it for months. It's just the way it is. So, naproxen is also not something you need to be on for long term. Okay. It's not good for your liver. So find something different. That is not a good long-term drug either. Naproxen is naproxen sodium, which is like Aleve. So, or I don't know if you guys remember the Nuprin commercials. Little yellow, different, better. I know. So that's a commercial from my childhood, and I don't know why. Probably because my grandmother popped it like candy. Nuprin was the fix-all for everything, and I'm like, no. So, well, hi, Paul. How are you, honey? So yeah, I just absolutely, I am not by any means giving anybody any medical advice. I am saying this is what I personally have done or would do. And with my medical training and background as a nurse and a paramedic, this is what I have done. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not the FDA. I just know what is in my nursing drug book. Okay. Twice a day, and I go ibuprofen free for 24 hours with a day a month. Cannot move or function without it. I know Tylenol does not work. No, Tylenol does not work for our chronic conditions, Deb. It really does not. So, yeah. So a lot of people do. A lot of people do take ibuprofen on a long-term basis, and but how much are you taking at a time? See, that's the thing. People are they're taking entirely too much, and every single day, and because they don't, their pain isn't going away. They're not feeling good. Well, you need to figure out why. You need to get to the root of the problem rather than covering the symptoms or trying to mask the symptoms. Doesn't, it doesn't help. So, yeah, naproxen is a joke in my experience. Oh, David, yeah, it is for me. Naproxen does nothing for me. So, but I also have a chronic condition, a chronic autoimmune disorder, frankly, is what it is. So, yeah, it doesn't work for me. But, which is why I've been on this whole journey to find something natural, and which is another reason why I have I'm applying for my medical card for the state of Iowa, for medicinal use THC, which CBD. Which I don't understand anyway. Like, I don't understand why there's such a hang up on it, and people can be upset about it, angry about it. It doesn't really matter. My opinion is that marijuana is an herb that it's a wild natural herb, and if it helps you to function and you are not taking out, you're not using it to get high and go driving around or whatever, there's seriously no harm in it, in my opinion. So 800 milligrams with 12 to 14 hours between doses just takes away the right. Yes, and naproxen is really, and all of this stuff is caustic to your stomach lining. It really truly is, especially with right. Why we need a card to help with chronic pain. Yep. Yep. I don't get it either. It makes zero sense. Zero. I'm that way too, Deb, or sometimes I will wake up because of the pain. And I don't know. A lot of the times I don't sleep well anyway. And so when like this morning, I woke up, it was like, I think I woke up at 6:45. But I didn't sleep for more than, like, I was literally waking up to shift my position in bed pretty much about every hour and a half all night long. And I didn't go to sleep until well after 11. So yeah, I mean, I probably sleep, um, if I sleep for 2 or 3 hours at a time, I'm doing good. So I use marijuana for my rest and have ADHD. Yes. I can stole like I can stole the values um of marijuana, THC, CBD. I absolutely can, like, I can give you so many benefits, like just from my own experiences and my own witness, what I've witnessed. It is honestly a fantastic drug, and why it is illegal is beyond me. It is so stupid. Um, it's just, yeah, it's so stupid. It helps with so many things. I mean, and there's proof out there. I mean, there's a video out there, and it's been around for years, and I'm sure everybody has seen it at least once. Um, this gentleman has Parkinson's, and he is just like, he wakes up and he's just horribly, horribly shaky. And knowing people who have Parkinson's and have taken care of people who have had Parkinson's, um, that is extremely frustrating. It really is. So he rolls himself a big old fatty and he smokes it. And by the time he's done with that, his tremors stop and he's able to function. He's not high, but he's able to function. And if he does that twice a day, he's right as rain. So I really, truly do not understand why people have to suffer, and something that is so natural and not going to kill you, frankly, is illegal. It makes zero sense to me. Yep, I don't stay asleep because of the pain. It's either pain or I'm really restless. I don't sleep well. I haven't. And, I have sleep apnea now, and I've had sleep apnea for years, but, and I've got a CPAP. I never use it because it didn't, after about 4 or 5 months of using it regularly, it really didn't do anything for me. It didn't help me sleep better. I didn't wake up well rested. I still wasn't staying asleep. So yeah, the CPAP um is great, but I don't use it because it doesn't really have any positive effects for me anymore. So all my Marine buddies are like, you need to get a card, but I can't get one through the VA. Why can you not get one through the VA? What is the deal with that? It is forbidden, but they allow yeah, in Holland. You've got Amsterdam in Denmark. So yeah, there's just a place that you can go to do it, and I don't understand. I don't understand why it's illegal anywhere, for that matter. So for those states here in the United States, or the countries, overseas that are saying, hey, free will, do it. Thank you, because that's awesome. And I wish all states would do it, and the whole world would be that way. Yep, exactly, Deb. Yeah, so because I'm in pain, my dreams tend to be more violent. And I tend to have worse dreams. Like they're bad. Has Parkinson's and an implant to help. Ooh, nice. Does it actually help him though? Some people get fantastic results with the implants. They do. And others, not at all. So the federal government says it's illegal, so they won't issue it. Oh. So do you, are you able to go? You probably would have to pay for it out of pocket though. So if you were able to go to a physician who could actually issue that, like, well, could advocate for you on behalf of you, which is what my neurologist is doing. She's filling out the paperwork, and she's going to fill out the paperwork, and I just need to. She has me so well documented with it, that, and she put right on my medical record, for the visit notes, and she's like, I absolutely support the use of marijuana for treating these symptoms. So she was amazing. Can you drive from the US to Holland? Asking for a friend. Right, Dan? So I'm wondering if you could go to another doc and get the application through them, and well, because you should be able to just download it on the website, on the state website, for should be Department of Human Services type website, and then take it to a doctor to see if they'll do it. I don't know. So Holland is at the other side of the pound. Yeah, quite a distance there. Well across the pond there. I would love to come visit though, Paul. That would be awesome. My dreams have always been what most call nightmares. I could give Stephen King a run for his money if I had his talent. Right? I think though, Deb, I think you could do it. I think you should try it. Why not? It helps him a lot. Otherwise, he would shake too bad. I need to find an out of VA doctor, and I think the card is $300, but then I can't fill it at the VA either. Right. So yeah, that's another thing. We need the reform doesn't need to come just with states. It needs to come federally, so that so our vets can get it through the VA. The problem, so they're actually working on decriminalizing it, I think is what they were doing, but it doesn't mean that it's legal. So, I mean, you can't just grow it. So, oh, I don't think you missed a whole lot of anything. If you have a concealed carry license and you get a marijuana card, you lose. Really? What? That is so dumb. Right, David? That's true. Yes. Just write it down. You will develop it. It will develop into something. The first step is just writing it down, and then you can develop it from there. Maybe you don't get a publishing deal or anything right away, or what have you, but if you're writing it down and you're developing it and you're working on it, you never know. You just never know. I actually had somebody ask me if I had considered writing a book, and I'm like, I mean, I've done a lot. I've written a lot of poetry. I've written a lot of stories. I just have never done anything with them. So, right, Jan? So my husband says, no, that's illegal. And you're the mayor. You're not going to get caught. So, yeah. And I would be the one to get caught growing it. So there you go. Right? Yep. First draft always sucks. No matter what. Oh, that is true. That is true, Jam. So, okay, here's the thing though, Jan. Because you're my federal lady on the ground here. Okay. So if concealed carry is federal and we are supposed to have the right to bear arms, why is it left up then to the states to say whether or not you can open carry, conceal carry, or carry at all? Why is that? And why are the feds leaving that up to the states if it is within our Constitution, our constitutional rights? That's what I want to know. And so that doesn't make sense. The feds like money too much. Yep. They like keeping people locked up over. They do. They do. That was where are you? I've been there, done that. Yeah. Deb, add me on Instagram. I can help. Awesome. Farmers are growing it legally here in Nebraska for research, baby steps. Well, okay, so I have actually, I have the application. I can be a hemp grower. I cannot be a medical marijuana grower, but I could be a hemp grower. And so I was actually thinking of doing it. Well, hi, Howie. How are you? Food Forest Permaculture is here in the house. Arizona has no permit unless you travel. Right. Okay. Concealed carry is state to state, not federal. Well, Jan used to work for the federal government, so yeah, she knows. Anywho, so concealed carry, yes, I would assume, but open carry, you can't. You're not allowed to do that. You still have to have a permit, is my understanding. I wouldn't want to open carry, frankly, anyway, for the simple fact that I don't want somebody else coming and taking my stuff. Anyone can bear or own unless they have had their rights revoked, like a felon. But concealed carry, or CCL, is state licensed. Most states allow ownership without licensing, but concealing a carry. Right, right. So she should know that a federal agency isn't the permit. No, I know that the federal agency is not. That's why it's left up to the states, and that's why what I'm wondering is why that is. If we have the right, see, this is where everything gets so convoluted, and I don't like it. You can carry concealed, no permit unless you leave state. Okay. Well, and just cleaned out the trout and froze them in water. So ooh, nice. But I don't eat fish. Sorry. I need to, but I don't. Autocorrect. I know. So Deb and I have this thing with autocorrect. We hate it. We'll be back and forth. We will be back and forth on Facebook Messenger, and the damn autocorrect drives me crazy. So anywho, yeah, I don't understand why they can't they need to decriminalize marijuana. They need to make it legal. Just get over it, people. I mean, come on. We don't live in, we don't live in the dark ages. Knock it off. So Okay, please don't fight. No arguing. Anywho, so I just don't understand why. And also now they're trying to make, at least in the state of Iowa, I heard. I don't know for sure, but I've heard in the state, right, have federal law catch up. That'd be nice, right? I don't know. So now they're wanting to move everything to the age of 21. So alcohol, cigarettes, lottery, basically any kind of drug. So yeah, they're wanting everything to be the age of 21. I don't quite understand that because of the fact that, why is it then can you go, you're not an adult at the age of 18 and you can't decide whether or not that you can drink and smoke. Oh, smoke was the other one, cigarettes. Or gamble or any of that stuff, right? I don't understand why they want to do that when you can go sign up to join the military before you're even 18 and get into the JROTC, that kind of stuff, or sign up. You can sign papers so the day you turn 18, boom, you can go right into the military if you like. You can go die for your country, but you cannot have a drop of alcohol. You cannot have a cigarette. You cannot go buy a lottery scratch ticket. That is insanity to me. I don't get it. So you have to put the trout on the barbecue and just listening. So I don't know that I've ever had trout. But I've had, I'm not a fan of I can't stand that muddy water river taste. That's just, it's disgusting to me. Right, David, that's exactly what I'm saying. Everything is 21, but you can go die for your country at 17. Makes zero sense to me. None. So, Big Pharma would lose business. Yep. You are right. You are absolutely correct. Oh, Jan, tell Super Dad hi. They don't have a lot of educational aspirations or prospects. Right. So why should they? That's fine if they, if they don't and they don't want to do that. But shouldn't they have the legal right to, have a beer if they want? Or, I guess if you want to kill your body with cigarettes, go ahead. It makes zero sense. Carp and catfish are disgusting. And the only fish that I have eaten that I care to eat is battered cod. It has to be battered, and tuna from a can. We've had fresh tuna. We've had fresh cod. I don't like either. I will not. Bass is disgusting. Catfish. Oh no, no. People like mud bugs. I can't stand mud bugs. Crawfish, crawdads, shrimp. No. Deep sea bugs. No. Ugh. Freshwater catfish. Ugh. Nope. Oh, eel? No. Good God, man. What's wrong with you? Well, there you go. Maybe make it a bonus for serving the country. I don't know. Trout sucks, worst fish ever. I don't do that whole thing. Nope. I don't. And everybody has said, oh, it's got to be prepared right. You know, it's got to be cooked right and blah, blah, blah. Nope. No, I would not probably survive long at a lot of people's houses. I'll eat it if I'm starving, I'll eat it, obviously. If I'm super hungry, you know, I have zero other options available in my future, I would eat it. Doesn't mean I'd like it. Dirty river water animals still taste like dirty. Exactly. I don't, yeah, I can't do it. I cannot do it. No mud bugs, no sea bugs, no, nothing that swims. I'm good. You know, I can go the rest of my life and not eat cod or tuna, canned tuna or beer battered cod. I'll be okay with that. It's not a big deal. 30 round magazines, but you can't possess them in California off base, so you could legally get locked up on way to work if you right. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, David is a vet, and he was a Marine. So thank you. I hate oysters, but love most fish, even so. Oh my God. Okay. So I took care of a client that I was doing in-home care. And so the gentleman I was taking care of, he loved sardines and anchovies and avocado. And those are all things like I can't do. Avocado has zero taste to me. And it's just slimy. Like it is just like that, I don't know. I won't do guacamole. So, and Amy has in vain tried to get me to have, she's like, I'll just try the guac. Nope, I'm good. I don't like avocado. And no, I absolutely will not do oysters on the half shell. Ugh, gross. But yeah, this guy would eat them straight out of the can, and it just stunk to, oh my God, it just stunk to be hell. I'm like, oh no. They do stink. They just, no. So I want to go deep sea fishing with Terry Lynn just because I want to go deep sea fishing, but I'm not going to eat the fish. And one of these days I'm going to get down there because I want to go to her farm. She has 10 acres and has beautiful, they're trying so hard to develop everything down there. So I want to come down. So, oh goodness. All right. So what does everybody have planned for the week? Like I said, it's supposed to be nicer this week. So I'm hoping to get out in the garden and the yard. So you'll eat what I catch. Okay. All right. I will send it to you, David. You just meet us over in Florida with Terry Lynn, and we'll all go deep sea fishing. I'll catch it. You can have it. My mother ate a sardine and pork and beans. Oh my God. Oh, Deb. No. Yeah, they are. They are rebuilding. And so Terry Lynn has on her farm, they're trying to rebuild their shed. Essentially, it's their garage, but it's also their sleeping quarters while they're there at the farm. And so, yeah. I would love, love, love to see. They also have a property it has a house on it, um, on their farm. It's like, I think 3 acres or something like that, she said, but it has a house on it, and she wanted to turn that into a bed and breakfast. And they just don't really have, obviously, you know, money is an issue for everyone. So anyway, I would love it if we could get her the money to do that, because I think she would do so well with it, and then be able to do the 10 acres she could actually grow stuff on. She'd be able to supply the food for the bed and breakfast, plus flower farm and all of that fun stuff, and have all kinds of animals, and it would be a great experience. So I would love to see that happen for her. And she right now, so then they live in Miami, though, around Miami, and because her husband works there, and so they go to their farm on the weekends, and they drive 5 hours to get to their farm. And I'm like, woman, you are a far better person than I am, because there's no way I would just live out in a dang tent up there. Sheesh. So, but yeah, she's trying. What she's doing with her channel is it's the salt life meets homesteading life. It's pretty cool. So, fishing in the deep blue sea, family here for ocean fishing. Oh, cool. See, and I would love to do that. I'm just not going to eat the fish. Well, hi, Amy. How are you? You're planning to go to Florida next year? Oh, I hope not during the hot season, though, because no. Terry Lynn was talking about that. She's like, it's so stinking hot. Nope. Mm-mm. I can't. The heat I could probably handle. I can't handle that humidity. That is too much for me. Way too much for me. So what are you doing today, Miss Amy McFarland? So I'm really hoping I'm gonna try and get some more uh, herbal education research done, and try and get things set up so that I can do lives on them, and all that fun stuff, and then end up, hopefully, I'm hoping, turn that into an alchemy series. So it would be awesome. And then get in the garden this week. I've got to get in there, because I seriously, I don't have anything else planted except some of the tomatoes. It's been horrid. And now I have herbs planted, but and I'm gonna do a quick update for Shed Wars for my herb gardens. I also am going to be picking mulberries this week. We have a ton of mulberries ready. I don't like mulberries so much. They're kind of the thorn in my side. But I thought, if I could do that, if I could do all the picking, it'll be, first of all, it'll count. I got a new scale, and so it'll count for my Shed Wars for food gathering. And I thought, well, I could make like some jam, and maybe try and sell it, because I don't really like mulberries all that much. So I also have raspberries that have formed, and hoping that they're going to do well. I've got a lot more fruit on it this year, so on the bushes. So I'm really hoping that they actually produce this year, because they didn't produce very well last year. I literally got like a couple handfuls from all of the bushes. So have to go. Been a pleasure to be here. Oh, thank you, honey. Much love. Okay, yes, and enjoy your trout, enjoy your family, Howie, and we shall talk at you later. Love. Yeah, I don't like humidity, but I don't like 129 either. No, I agree with you, David. Dayton, Florida, July 5th, 97 degrees. Yes, see, that's the thing. I don't want to go. I'm thinking going in the fall would be good, or early spring. Yes, I'm still here, Jess. Of course I'm still here, because that's all I do. I talk, talk, talk. That's okay, Ro, right? I mean, what else are you going to do? Terry Lynn is messaging me now on Instagram. She is so funny. She is okay. I'm like ooh shiny. Okay, really. I am super ooh shiny, but Terry Lynn, you got me beat, girl. You have room to freeze the mulberries until you get enough for a bog batch. A bog batch? Oh, you mean a big batch? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had planned on it. The mulberries I'll have plenty, but it's the raspberries that I am concerned about. So my potato plants are flowering. Okay, so your potato plants are flowering. Mine are flowering as well. Yay! And I only have I have them in a Tidy Cats bucket. That's where I grew them this year, and I don't have that many planted. So what you do with potato plants is let the flowers bloom, obviously, and then let the plant start to die off. And once it's dying off and it's getting kind of crispy, that's when you dig them. I agree, David. I like the bog batch better. It's funnier. Yep. See, yeah, Jess has got it right there. Wait till they look dead. Just wait till the plants die off, and then dig them up. That's the best, anyway. You can dig them earlier, but they probably aren't very big. That's one thing that I'm super impatient. So gardening is just growing food in general. For what it doesn't matter if you're gardening or if you're on a small scale or a commercial scale. It doesn't matter. It's that whole like I do not have the patience to wait. I want it now. Oh no, David, that sucks. Home Depot buckets, awesome. Home to pot. You can't blame autocorrect for that typo. Yeah, taters are really easy to overwater. Onions are the same way. Yeah. Honestly, so are tomatoes. Tomatoes do not like to have their little feet wet. They don't like their roots to be wet, and they hate their leaves wet. So a lot of times they're like, why am I getting blossom end rot? Why am I getting, why are my leaves yellow? You've overwatered them. 2 grow bags of regular potatoes and 1 of sweet potatoes growing nicely. I reused 50-pound quail feed bags. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Something just dug into my potato bed and left a hole the size of a Coke can next to my unsuccessful scallions green lights. Oh, that sucks. That just sucks. My tomatoes do well in hydroponics. They do, but I think I'm not real sure how that works or why that works, David. I really don't. And actually Terry Lynn and I were talking about that. What are you growing? Like everything that you're growing in your hydroponics? Because I think that honestly, like, I don't know. I want to try it. I want to try hydroponics and aquaponics, honestly, but I want to try a lot of stuff. So there you go. Ooh, shiny. Your clone tomato is 3 foot tall. Holy cow. Sounds like a raccoon. Yeah. Yes, do, David. Message me on that. We will definitely. You help me with. You talk to me about hydroponics and stuff, and I'll talk to you about herbs. I will say that I am. I do have a lot of books. In fact, I have one book that I got, and this has been actually really cool to read. And it's an older book, but it's called Herbal Delights. And I actually got this off of Thrift Books. I think for this one and the other book that I got, which is there it is. It's a garden of herbs. Okay, so both of these books are fantastic, and I got both of them off of Thrift Books for like I think with shipping was like $10.68 for both books. Yeah. Hoping it's not a Norway rat. Ew. Love to catch a rabbit for fertilizer. I know, right? So I actually my garden. I think that's why my garden does so well, is because we have so many rabbits. Now if I could just get my cats to stop crapping in my garden, that'd be fantastic. But you know, they're kind of buttheads. So these books are they're really kind of cool. So this one is a garden of herbs, but then it says on the next page, it says of sundry herbs, you know. And so cucumber was the basis of one of the most famous complexion lotions of olden days, and was usually made with quince blossoms. Rose petals or cowslips were sometimes used instead, but quince blossoms were preferred as they have a very whitening effect on the skin. So this gives you cucumber lotion. How to make cucumber lotion. Half a peck of blossoms put in a pan covered with cold water and simmered gently for an hour. Cut 2 large cucumbers into very thin slices and then chop finely. Put into the saucepan with the blossom water and boil for 5 minutes. Strain through muslin, and when quite cold, pour on the face and leave on for at least 10 minutes before washing. That's just really cool. So there's cumin, daisy, dandelion. I mean, there's just eyebright. I don't even know what eyebright is, but you know, so I'm learning about a lot of stuff, and this has been a really cool book. I can't read just for very long though. And then this one, the Herbal Delights one. So there's Angelica, and it is giving the botanical name, the natural order, country name, French name, German names, Italian name, Spanish name, you know, like all this. It's kind of cool. There's the Dutch name. So this is what's really cool is it actually gives you like under what sign it is. Bergamot. Okay, so bergamot, one of them, it symbolizes your whims are quite unbearable. So I think that's pretty cool though. And the biggest reason why I started learning really wanted to start learning about herbs is because I really wanted to do create my own essential oils. However, that is quite a very extensive and intensive process. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that, but and then I found like I really wanted the benefits of Melissa is, you know, I mean, it's great. And you have all of these wonderful benefits, but it's super expensive to buy as an essential oil. And I thought, what is the deal with this? Like, what is so special about this Melissa that it costs so much to buy it in a pure essential oil form? And when I got to looking at it, and I found out that Melissa is actually lemon balm. Dude, that stuff grows wild. Why does it cost so much? And I know, so a lot of it is the processing and the distillery that it has to go through and all this other stuff, you know, like I get that, but rose is another one, rose essential oil. For me to purchase rose essential oil through doTERRA is extremely expensive. I'm not saying that it's not worth it, because it would be. I just don't, I'm like, holy cow, you know, why is it so expensive? It is, not only is it because of the purity, but it is, and it's expensive no matter what brand you use. Rose essential oil is just expensive. So it's honestly, it's the processing, how you have to process it to create the essential oil. So right, it does. Rose oil takes hundreds, if not thousands, of petals to render 5 milliliters of essential oil. But that's the thing, it's the processing as well, is that the processing of how you render it out, that's part of the reason why it's so expensive. And lemon balm, that's the only reason why Melissa is so expensive to purchase as an essential oil, is because of the processing it takes. Lavender, so I can very easily get pure lavender essential oil because it is cheap, but it doesn't even grow in in abundance either, and you have to have, like, I cannot remember what the equivalent of was, but it's thousands of plants for 5 mLs of essential oil for that. It's, yeah. Looking into making my own pemmican right now. Ooh. Don't forget they are fluffy balls with legs and motor mouths. If I could grow roses, I would definitely make the oil. Roses are not my gardening forte. Yeah, see, I have some roses, and I'm actually, as the blooms are dying, I'm collecting the petals and I'm keeping them. Because I kind of thought it would be really cool. So I have a I have a couple of yellow roses and a really bright pink one, really like hot pink, and a lighter pink one. And they're little. But what I thought was they would make great, like, how can I turn the rose petals, if nothing else, turn them into a lipstick or a blush or an eyeshadow? I see I cannot remember her name. But she's on, well, she's on YouTube now too, but she was on Instagram, and she's a Japanese lady or a Chinese lady. I can't remember which one. Anyway, and she's just beautiful. She's lovely anyway. And she does all of this stuff, and she makes all of these things with magnolia flowers and lotus flowers. And, I'm like, I want to be just like you. Heart. So I think that was one of the things that with the alchemy series, it's like, well, how do I make my own makeup? You know, so I'll have to look up. I have to look up processing, what it would, you know. I had a beautiful rose garden in Virginia. I miss them. Yeah. My grandparents, my Grammy and my Pop was an amazing gardener, and he was an amazing flower gardener as well. He really honestly kind of missed his calling. I think he should have been a botanist and a horticulturist. I don't know. But he, and I really hope that the gal that purchased my grandparents' home leaves the roses in place and all of the hostas and the flowers and everything in place where they're at. But my pop grew all along the front of the house, along the living room windows, were beautiful, just absolutely gorgeous climbing roses, and they smelled so good. The wind would come out of the south and push that fragrance through, and I cannot describe the smell. Like I can't put into words what that smell was like. So okay, bye Jess. Yeah, I think yeah, a lot of you probably are starting dinner. I'm just waiting for everybody to get back, so I don't really know. I'm just talking. What the heck? The one thing though, I will say, Amy, about the rose essential oil. So I honestly, I don't like the smell of the essential oil, and it just has this like this odd smell to it, and it does not smell like the petals. It really does not. And some people are okay with that. Like they're okay with that smell, but they don't smell like the petals, like when they're in bloom. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because through all of the distilling processing and all of that stuff, I don't know if that's the case, if that's why, and they lose a particular chemical from that that creates the scent. I don't really know, but because the roses are cooked and dead, that's probably true. That could be right. That could absolutely be right. Oh, I'm so sorry. I always forget. Thank you, Jess, for reminding me, because I always forget Carol's name. I'm so sorry, Carol. I'm like, I know your name, and I have such bad recall sometimes, and memory recall sometimes. But I try really hard to make sure I talk to people, like call them by their first name, even through their channel, even though their channel name's up here. It's just a better connection for me. I don't know. I feel like it's a better connection. So, and I should have just said, I can never remember your name, Carol. But anywho. Okay. Well, I have 14 of you in here, and I only see a few of you talking. So, yeah, I don't like it on its own. The essential oil. I like it when it's mixed. So, Captain Marvel. All right. So Bunny, you forget your name. That's why it's that is too funny. A lot of people lurkers making dinner. Yes. So that's too funny that you say that, Amy, because I have a lot of people, they're like, they can't remember my name until I say, just remember the song by Barry Manilow, the song Mandy. And every time you see my name, my channel name pop up, you're going to start singing that song in your head. I'm just telling you. If you know the song, you'll never forget my name. And so that's why Sherry from Two Family Homestead, when I jump on the live at, in the afternoon or in the evening, she'll start singing it in her head. And she likes to do things like she'll send me a Marco and with a link to the Barry Manilow song. Like, you have no idea. Like, and it's a pretty song. It really is. It is a very pretty song. If you listen to the song and you listen to the words, it's a really sad, but it's a pretty song. So yeah. You are welcome. Yes. So that's why, okay. So the reason I did Mandy Monday, I started out with just another Mandy Monday, and then I shortened it to Mandy Monday because it is actually a play on the song Manic Monday. This is why Nathan from Sanson Farms has always called me Manic, because of Mandy Mondays. So, and then oh, Missy, you'll have to look it up. It's actually a really pretty song. It really is. And so yeah, so I now am Nathan calls me Manic, and has now since he met me. Since we met, and everybody else is pretty much like, why, where the heck did you come up with Manic? Oh, that's why. And then most people, once I say, just think of the Barry Manilow song, you'll never forget my name. And most people are like, oh my God, because I was literally named after that song. My mom saw Barry Manilow on the Dinah Shore show 2 weeks before I was born. And she did not have a girl's name picked out for me, picked out. And so she's like, I really like that. And so I became Mandy Marie. So the song for Melissa is horrible. That's how you used to remember my name? Crushing the rose petals and putting them in a bottle of alcohol and some in grapeseed oil, and let them set for several months to see which one gives the best smell. True. So I was actually thinking that I would use witch hazel as a carrier, and see how that went, because witch hazel is a fantastic carrier, and it's not as offensive smelling as alcohol. It's also not as abrasive to the skin as alcohol is. But rubbing alcohol as a carrier for perfumes is very common. So yeah, I do my research. So I like witch hazel a lot better. It's more natural. It's a lot gentler on the skin, and most people don't typically have too many reactions when it comes to witch hazel as a whole. So, but I received, somebody had made me or had made a rollerball of we'll just say calming perfume, and they used alcohol as the carrier, and there was vodka's a fantastic one too, because it doesn't have a smell. Yep, vodka's a fantastic carrier. but witch hazel has good skin properties, good properties for your skin. So um, uh, they had put now, and I do not like patchouli. I cannot stand the smell of patchouli. I don't care what brand you're trying to sell. There is no such thing as a good smelling patchouli. It's disgusting. So I don't like it. And so in this rollerball was it, all I could smell was patchouli and um, rubbing alcohol. And I'm like, and there was supposed to be ylang ylang in it, and or no, they didn't have ylang ylang in it. It was supposed to be in this particular blend. It was patchouli, grapefruit, and something else, and no ylang ylang like you're supposed to. And the carrier was had to have been at least 91% rubbing alcohol because it was absolutely like super concentrated with the smell of rubbing alcohol. So time to go get those doggy studs and then think about my dinner. Hope you have a wonderful evening as well, Miss Amy. Thank you for stopping. Parents love Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. Pity they did not give me her name. That is that's a lot. It's for a lot of college football teams, but Iowa State, that's kind of the theme song at, Sweet Caroline. do, do, do. Yeah, I hate patchouli. Can't stand it. I don't, and I think it's always because I associate it with, the stoner crowd, I guess you could say. I know growing up that with being or going into people's houses that smoked weed, it was always patchouli to cover it up, and no, and I don't know why. I don't. I don't know. I mean, patchouli does a great job, but now, and I think most people do actually associate the smell of patchouli with marijuana now. So, and because of that reason. So, I know it was big back in the 60s. So, my art school smelled like patchouli. It's so funny because, like, yeah, I wish, Carol, you and I got to get together. Like, you need to talk with my husband. You and my husband, I think, would get along fantastic. And my daughter Victoria, being an artist. My husband's not, he's never been, a pothead or anything. So, but and he didn't get to go to art school. So, but he is a wizard with that airbrush. I mean, he's wicked with a pencil too, but you'll have to look at, if you look at his Facebook page, you can see his artwork, most especially on his with his airbrushing. So, and it's Middle of Nowhere Studio on Facebook and on Instagram. So, but he does, and he likes the dark stuff. He likes to do the dark stuff. So, he loves skulls. he loves to do skulls. Like, he loves to airbrush them and draw them. So, and I'm a skull and crossbones kind of gal. So, you were back after Deborah Kerr. Oh, this tag is driving me crazy in my shirt. It never did before, and now it is. So I'm sorry. You always see me like it's making me itch. So anywho, okay. Well, I have been on here forever and a day. I don't really think that you want to talk about really nothing. I don't know what else to talk about, I guess. He either was shocked seeing two of my friends, one with a bong in the backpack and the other growing in his walls. And schools for me. I'm a flower and birds kind of artist, but semi-retired. You're never retired as an artist. You create art every single day. That's all you, I mean, you don't have to sell it. Named time to throw the tablet and autocorrect. I have to show you some of the stuff I've done. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Jan, you're back. I don't know. I don't know what you missed. It's been a while. Throw. Deb, you kill me. You just kill me, girl. I can't wait for you to come. I cannot wait for you to come over. I am so excited. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be great. You create farts every day, huh, Jan? Well, I think we all do. To some degree, anyway. It is a natural bodily function. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going to make for supper. What the heck? I don't know. One of my artistic venues are the song dolls. The troll dolls? And I can't wait. I can't wait to see the troll dolls. Because I love they are so, or the gnomes, I mean, not the trolls, the gnomes. The zombie gnomes. I'm so excited to see those. Can't handle even dark suspense in movies. Drawing skulls and skeletons always freak me out. Really? Oh my gosh. We're probably having breakfast for dinner. Yeah. See, that was the thing. Like I made, at about 11 o'clock, I made French toast and scrambled eggs. So, and that is one thing. So David is in on this, on the, Shed Wars with me too. And so, I get so many eggs every single day. Like, I don't know. Do I weigh the eggs in the shell, or do I have to, crack them and then weigh them out? Like, really? Switching to help you. Okay. Yes, I am, Tina. Hi, how are you? I know, we're coming up on almost 3 hours. I mean, come on here. So this is the skull and crossbones kind of gal I am. This is my backpack. Yeah. So there you go, Carol. I don't know why I love skulls. So you weigh them in the shell. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking too, David. But so I'm going to be getting a whole lot of food weight. Woo! Because I have so many. Right now, I literally used up, like, to make French toast. I purposely, and scrambled eggs, I purposely used up a whole dozen eggs. And I still have 3 packs, 3 cartons of 18 and 2 dozen cartons. So tablet launching in 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, thank you, Missy. I do too. I love this backpack. I do. I actually, and so when I went back to school, I've had this backpack since like 2007, and it's still in amazing condition. I got it when I went back to school for nursing. So no, it's older than 2007 because maybe I got it back in 04. Yeah. I think I got this back in '04. So there you go. And I got it on clearance. I had seen it at Target, and I'm like, I just didn't want to spend $40 because I mean it's a JanSport, and so and they're really great quality backpacks. But I'm like, I can't justify spending $40 on a backpack. And so I got so lucky. It went on clearance, and I got it. I think I picked it up for like $15. Yes, or $20, something like that. It was so awesome. Ship the eggs to you. Well, I would, except I don't know how to ship eggs, and yeah, I don't know. 1 dozen eggs is 1 Dave omelet. That's funny. Uh-oh. Jan is sending me Marcos. What's going on, girly? You are too funny. I had my JanSport backpack till my kids started school. That dang thing. I know, right? So it's a good quality. It's worth the money. It's worth putting the $40 or $50 into buying one, but you know, when you don't have it at the time, it's you might as well need $1 million because no one sells eggs here. Oh, that sucks. You had it when you were in high school. That is awesome. That is awesome. Harry Potter backpack. Yeah, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. Like, I know it's ludicrous. I get it, but I'm just not. I like Harry Potter. Um, but I also don't sit and read for pleasure like that. I just don't like it. I I want to read for information, get my information, and move on with life. So I hear the books are fantastic. The series was fantastic, but and I can sit through the movie. You know, I can sit through one movie at a time once in a while, and that's about it. I can't do it. So your phone is about to die. Absolutely. Got to plug in and finish dinner. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Mandy. Yep. Oh, Jan. Okay, well, Carol, you enjoy your dinner or supper or whatever you. It's funny because, like, for here, we usually call it supper, or most people call it supper. And then if you have dinner, it's either usually you have Sunday dinner. Um, so you have a big family gathering, and it's basically lunch, but it's a big dinner. And then supper is just something that you cook normally, and dinner is a big meal and go out. You go out to dinner, or you have a big Sunday dinner. So, anywho, yeah, you probably do wish that you'd taken some eggs with you, huh, Jan? Because Susan calls it dinner, you call it supper. I use it pretty interchangeably, but I usually call it dinner. Um, or if I'm casually talking to the family, it's supper. I know I'm weird. I'm so weird. I know. Gryffindors forever. All right, Carol, enjoy dinner, and we'll probably see you. Let's see. I know that at 6 Central, um, Rusty and Rachel from Robertson's Belly Acres goes live, and then the Stivers I think is at 7, and then Two Family at 8, my time, so Central time. So Susan calls it dinner. Okay. but she calls those things at the store shopping carts, and I call them buggies. Yeah. I call them shopping carts too. A cart. You have to make supper. Your kids are starving. Oh, I'm sure there's absolutely nothing to eat. So, all right, Tina. Thanks for stopping. Yeah, I see you marked me. Just don't call me late for a meal. We will get along. Yeah, I know. Fat girls like to eat. Slytherin. Oh my gosh. You guys are funny. You are too dang funny. I'm not really pro one house or the other. Oh, Deb, yeah, actually, that has been in the works for a while. They are finding a lot of stuff around Stonehenge, and yeah, the circle was so uh, what I had read at one point in time, um, that this circle was part of another, like almost a pantheon, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm telling you, girl, we got to go to Stonehenge. I want to I want to celebrate Samhain there. Like I want to be there for Halloween. That because it's the witches' New Year, and I would absolutely love, 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 love to be at Stonehenge for that. Oh, you take your houses seriously. Yes, yes, you do. My daughter wants to help with dinner. Okay, or wants help with dinner. Okay. All right, Missy. Then we shall see you later, and you have a wonderful evening as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Working on other findings. I know, right? We need to win the lottery, and we can go, and we'll be there. We'll go over there, and we'll be the archaeologists for them. I would love that. I would so love that. It is so so cool. Um, you'll have to send me a link on that because yeah, that would be cool to see other stuff. Um, another place that I would love to spend a solstice at would be at the Mayan ruins. I would adore that as well. So, all right, sounds good. And I'll do the same. If I win, we'll charter a plane. Boom. Done, sister. We'll be flying to Stonehenge first, and then and then we got to go to the Mayan ruins, okay? Because that is really cool too. Um, so we did Reiki. I had a friend of mine. She is a Reiki master, and she did she did Reiki for me. And some of the stuff that I saw was absolutely amazing. And it and then I've had some other I don't know, I've had some other visions happen, I guess you could say, um, that involved involved like a Mayan ruin, and um, things that I've seen created feelings that yeah, I can't explain. So it's really weird. Um, it was really weird, and I'm probably sounding like a kook if I keep talking about this. I shouldn't, because I should be very proud of my my past lives, uh, but yeah, I have my soul is old enough that I was able to see back into, you know, Mayan and Incan times and Aztecs, because they were all kind of around the same periods, same period they were actually, and then I've had visions of come to me in like in a druid sense. So it's been interesting. Let me just say, could stop off in Ireland on the trip back. Yes. So here, this is what I would love. We were actually talking. We might be able to at some point in time. There was talk that when we were doing all the costume, when we were doing the costuming, we were actually working on character development that Tony had developed, and the one costume would be actually, we would actually make it into a costume, and then we would go to Iceland to do the photo shoot. So kind of like what we were going to do with this last one when we went to Arizona, we were actually going to go out to the dunes. We were going to go out to the desert and go out to Yuma and shoot our costume on our model. And she was an Egyptian goddess. So yeah, I would, this one is Norse, and it would be, we would be shooting in Iceland. So there was talk about doing it that way. There's also talk of us doing a Mesoamerican one, and we would be going, there's talk of going to Brazil to shoot. So yeah, but that's not going to happen. Not right now. So, all right. I am going to get off of here, and I'm going to try to figure out something quick to make. And oh, I know, I would love to go to the UK. Why can't you go to the UK? Is there a specific reason, or because that would be awesome. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to figure out, I'm going to listen to these Marcos because Chrissy and Jan are talking at me. And I need to find something for supper, dinner, whatever. And I need to get ready to, I gotta watch Rachel and Rusty here in about 50 minutes. So okay, yes, message me on it. That's cool. Of course, dreaming is free, always. You have nothing if you don't have your dreams. So you are completely broken if you don't have dreams. So anywho, all right, I shall catch up with everybody then next week. Hopefully I will get some more content out this week, and we can hit each other up on Marco or Facebook Messenger or Instagram DM. Whatever. It's all good to me. So I wish everybody many blessings, and I appreciate you all being here, especially listening to me ramble for over 3 hours. So, all right. Love you. Many blessings, and we'll catch you on the flip side. So live from the earth and play in the dirt. Bye.